But we have to understand the emergency financial manager is coming to your town too. It's just a matter of time. Benton Harbor is something different. It's the testing ground for the whole country. They believe that they can get away with things in Benton Harbor they cannot get away. Well, let's see how people react. We are the first, the very first in this whole country to have a dictator, a man who wasn't even elected to office. Oh, yes. And I'll tell you more about that. We are the first to have our election reversed when the majority of the votes did not become the majority. Yes, sir. We're the first to have our mayor fired. Oh, yeah. We all that. But even more important than that, we had our Constitution Week revoked. This guy don't care about nothing. I stood up to him. I was a man who didn't have money, but I had knowledge about what was going on in the community. So what we used to do, we used to go to all the meetings. We go to all the commissioner meetings. Commissioner are elected officials. I don't know what y'all call them here. Y'all might call them aldermen or whatever they might be. But what we used to do, we go to the meetings, and we find out what's going on. During that time, Whirlpool was taking all our land. Well, we knew something big was about to happen, but we didn't know exactly what it was. But I'm originally from Chicago, and I watched the same thing. I used to work for Mayor Daley Sr., and by working with him, I saw how he handled things, and I learned from him. See, sometimes you can watch people and learn, and this is what I did. I learned from him. I knew what was about to happen. I knew right now that we was on our way out. They're about to take all our lakefront land. They was going to stop educating our children, and they're going to stop putting people in jail. I knew that. So here's my deal. They came in, they wanted 530 acres of land from the residents of Benton Harbor, free. No money, free, you know. But when you have commissioners, you need 6 commissioners in order to get this land. You got to have 6. If you have 5, you can't do it. They had 6 commissioners in their pocket. They had one, he was the head honcho. His name happened to be Glenn Yarborough. And he was about 6'5", 6'6". He was a big rowdy dude. He was mean. You know, he kept all these other commissioners in line, you know, and that's what he did. But actually, he was influenced by Whirlpool. Whirlpool, everything he did, they went and met with Whirlpool, and he'll tell them how to vote. So what we did, we decided that we were going to stop this 530 acres plan, this $1 billion program. They said it was a $500 million, but it was actually going to be more than that. They said that they was going to do this and take our land, take our city, take our beach, push everybody out of the city. They had a plan to do that, but we had a plan to stop them. Amen. We had a plan to stop them. My plan was if we recall one of the commissioners, we stop the whole plan because they need 6 votes. And without him, most likely they would only have 3 or 4 because he was a bully. That's what he did. He bullied them. So what we did, we put together this plan, and we was going to do it. The way we was going to do it, we were going to do it by the absentee ballot. That's a weapon because a lot of us don't like going to the polls. So we went out, and we was 300-something votes ahead of this guy. Whirlpool couldn't figure it out. Everybody couldn't figure out why we wasn't out campaigning. Why are they not doing something? Something is not right. That Pinkney is up to something. I don't know what he's up to, but he's up to something. Something can't be right about this. And everybody laid back, cool. Everybody was good. And then on February 22nd, that was the day of the election, 2005, they knew something was wrong. On that day, they knew they could never catch up with us. They did a violent fight, trying to get close, but we had too many votes ahead of them for them to catch up. Because remember this, one thing about us, this guy had the largest family in the city of Benton Harbor. He had all the money backed by Whirlpool, but yet and still, he couldn't beat us. So now the news media came out. We were successful with the recall. The news media came out, they say even Reverend Pinkney, either he's the smartest man there is in the world, or he's a crook. There could be only 2 things. You know, it couldn't just happen. You know how the corporate media is. So if they give you a compliment, they also give you a stab in the back. So that's how they did it. So now all over the community, Whirlpool was about to lose. They were about to lose all this land, 530 acres, this a $1 billion project, this Jack Nicklaus signature golf course. All this was about to go away. So they had to do something. They went out and paid somebody $10 to say that I paid them $5. Now, you talking about Whirlpool, you talking about the sheriff department, you talking about the commissioners, all these guys working together to get me, little bitty old me, broke as you can be. And they came out and they came to get me. We had a trial about the election. They said the reason, now they reversed the election, and the reason they reversed the election, their reason was not because we had tainted votes. There was 3 tainted votes in there, but there was the chief of police family. It was his mother, his father, and his grandmother. His mother signed all 3. And those were 3 tainted votes that didn't match up signature-wise. So now they really mad, because they know that he wasn't for us, so he couldn't be. So now they looking at everything like, wow, we got to get that Pinkney. They said we're going to reverse the election. This is what the judge's exact words. You can even look it up online. They say we're going to reverse this election because Reverend Pinkney was involved with it. That's the reason. Not because we won by over 55 votes. So they figured that Reverend Pinkney was involved. So now what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to reverse the election. So now Whirlpool can have their 530 acres of land. They can have their Jack Nicklaus signature golf course. They can have all this, these hotels that they plan on building, and now we can drive the African Americans out of the community. Benton Harbor is the first city, probably, that you could ever say that you could witness government and a corporation actually working against the people. We call it fascism. That's exactly what it's called. So what they went out and did, it was a Democratic governor, Jennifer Granholm. She brought in the EFM on that Public Act 72, which had limited power. They can only do so much. They can only control the finance, which really is a great deal. But the point was, when whoever controls the money controls your city. So what they did, they brought them in, but that wasn't enough for Whirlpool. The EFM is the Emergency Financial Manager. Emergency Financial Manager. I say EFM because I think everybody might know exactly what it is. But this happened, he had a limited amount of power on the Public Act 72. So they decided, Fred Upton, some of y'all might know who Fred Upton is, he's the U.S. Congressman for the 6th District. And while I was in prison, I ran for U.S. Congressman against Fred Upton in the 6th District. And what he did, he put together this plan. Him, John Prose, and Pachoka, these 3, they one of them a state senator, and they are state representative, and he's the U.S. representative, all came out of his office. So they had to figure out a way to neutralize the residents in Benton Harbor. And what they did, they came up with this plan. Pachoka came up with the House Bill 42, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then they passed it to the Senate. And that was Senate Bill 153, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. And then it turned out they sent it to the governor, and he signed it at Public Act 4. Public Act 4, what it says that a non-elected official can come in and take over your city and fire your mayor, fire your commissioners. Tell them that he's the boss, he's the head honcho. What they did was really unique because it had never happened before. When he got there, this guy by the name of Joseph Harris, you can look it up on the internet, he took the mayor's desk. He had a beautiful oak wood desk. And he took that desk and put it down in the basement. His desk, the mayor, took over his office, kicked him out, told him you will never receive another paycheck as a mayor. He told the commissioners that they can have a meeting if they want to. You can take minutes, then you can adjourn. You can't vote on anything. He said, if for any reason that everybody in the city of Benton Harbor voted for something and he voted against it, he wins. He said, not only am I the police chief, I'm the fire chief, I'm the accountant, I'm public safety, I'm everything. Anything that goes on in this city comes through me, whether you like it or not. He said, I'm all that. And one of the newsmen from Detroit said, then you almost like God. He said, in their eyesight, I am God, because they can't do nothing. And that was the straw that broke the camel back. Cause then he got a chance to meet the Reverend Edward Pinkney. Because what we did, we started picketing him. And we got right up in his face. Everything he did, we was there. I mean, we told him we picketed his house, we picketed him, we picketed City Hall. We just picketed and picketed and picketed until they couldn't get no more. But now, he called himself being smarter than everybody else. There was $168,000 missing from the city funds. He was thinking that the commissioners was responsible for that. He called the FBI in, he called everybody in. He had that much power. He called the FBI in. And what the FBI did, they came in and did an investigation and found out it wasn't the commissioners, it was Cornerstone Alliance, which is a subdivision of Whirlpool. Now Whirlpool is mad at him. They want him to leave. They want him to get out of town. They don't care where he go now. They don't care where he go, as long as he leaves. He's scheduled to leave October the 1st. But they're trying to keep him now because they still got more land to get. More to take from the people. Never before in the history of mankind have anything ever happened like this. We got this lakefront land. They trying to move the high school out to the township where the land is contaminated. They're going to put the high school, they say they're going to build a brand new high school on this contaminated land, but they want this lakefront land, which the high school sets on. So they can't get it long as the commissioners are in power. You see, so right now they're not in power. They got the EFM. If the EFM leave, the commissioner power returns to them. But we have to understand, the emergency financial manager is coming to your town too. It's just a matter of time. But what we did, they trained over 400 emergency managers, over 400. But right now, we got them in a stalemate. Right now, they don't know what to do. They don't know what other cities might do or what other states might do. Right now, they think that little bitty Benton Harbor, we can go in and crush them. They don't have no money. They don't have no food. They don't have nothing but water. And that's what they want. They want that water, and we fought. And we still fighting. We're not giving up. We're not quitters. We're going to show them what we're capable of doing. And that thing, hey, we have to tell them enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough.